So after Deku got Carnage, Deku is now afraid of what this is. He obviously can't activate Carnage, but obviously when he gets home and checks the news, he realizes that Carnage is a serial killer and a murderer. And somewhat of a cannibal. Well, technically not. He just eats it, and he's an alien, so he's basically just eating. Never mind, let's skip that. Deku's obviously super afraid. He obviously is wondering why Carnage is here, and Carnage just says, "Hey, I really need a host right now. I got stuck in this dimension, I can't get out. So I need you to get me out. And if you do, I may let you live." So after Carnage says this, Deku asks, what does he mean by other dimension? Obviously, Carnage just says that Deku is a host for him. Basically, he's gonna use Deku to eat people, and after he's done eating, people will at least satiate his hunger. Deku is obviously afraid of why he needs to eat people. Carnage says chocolate also works, but eating people is more effective than just eating chocolate. But he also says that he doesn't care what Deku thinks. He's gonna do it in his own time. Obviously, Deku's afraid, and obviously says, what does he have to do to get Carnage to leave? And Carnage says, "I'll leave when I get back to my home dimension. I got stuck here, got on some old guy. Later, I was killing people in front of a hero. Didn't know he had fire. So that's when I met you and took you as my host. I killed the old man and made it look like a suicide. Sir, I got a knife. But, yeah. So either you help me, or I kill your ass right here, right now. Or just keep you hidden and do what I want." Deku obviously accepts it and can't do anything. Because of this, he as soon as he goes to school, he immediately takes the quickest way home while running. Later, the same day Deku should have met All Might, since Deku's still afraid because of who Carnage is, Deku runs through it, and the slime villain, as soon as he gets out, Deku's already out of the corner. He's out of the tunnel. He's been out of the tunnel for 25 seconds, meaning the sludge villain has no one to go to and tries to run. Meaning Deku doesn't meet All Might. Obviously, Deku says he's probably not going to be able to enter the hero course if he's going to fail. Obviously, Carnage gets an idea. He says, how about you go to the support course? You know what, the hero course may be better. We could meet a person with a teleportation quirk and make them teleport us back to my dimension. You know what, kid? I'll make you a deal. I'll let you get into the hero course with my powers. And we'll find someone to take me back to my dimension. But when we get caught, I kill you. Understood? Deku obviously has to accept it, and does. Also, sorry for not making more videos. I'm going to try and make them daily, because, yeah, I'm sorry for everyone who subscribed to me and had to wait more than a year for videos to come out. I am fucking sorry. Back to the video. Obviously, Deku says he needs to at least work out his body. And Carnage says because he's in Deku's body, he can make Deku's muscles grow rapidly, and it'll take a day for his muscles to grow. And he says he could also hide it and make it look like naturally. But even though he wants to do that, Carnage just wants to get the body strength in one day, so he says that. Obviously, Deku has to agree with it and does. Now we skip to the entrance exam. Deku's obviously nervous and knows if Carnage even hurts a person or even decides to kill someone, he's gonna get out of the hero course immediately. And they're gonna try and see why Deku did it, and Carnage is just gonna kill him. Obviously, Deku falls and trips, but as soon as he does, he immediately walks right up as soon as he falls, catching himself because of Carnage. And Carnage says, "You're a fucking idiot for falling over that easily." Deku obviously is still nervous and continues walking. Now we get to the robot section. Obviously, Carnage is doing minimum work, only making just blades for Midori to stab the robots with. But he says he's not going to do any of the work, and Midori has to hit the robots himself. Because he wants to make sure the host he's in is qualified enough to do the job. Deku is doing a lot. It does help at least a few people on the way, but he's destroying robots. If you want me to do the villain score right now, his villain score is 28, hero score 14. There you go. Later, they see a big robot, the Zero Pointer. Deku obviously doesn't care, but sees someone under the rubble. Carnage remembers seeing her earlier and said he has been looking at everyone and seeing what their abilities is. Obviously, he says that girl has a gravity quirk, but he says he was able to notice that she has a limit. He obviously says just to let her stay there, and maybe they'll turn it off as soon as he's about to step on her. Deku says he's gonna go and help, and Carnage just says he's a moron for even trying that. Carnage obviously isn't gonna. Obviously, Deku, he doesn't care if Deku's bones break. He can heal him when he wants. So because of this, Deku's able to save Uraraka, but gets half his body stomped by the Zero Pointer. Obviously, everyone is shocked, but then everyone sees his body. They see red tendrils start sprouting out and his legs reform. One of his legs were behind his back, and it just pops back in the socket by Carnage. Carnage says, "There!" And obviously says how much he doesn't want to do that again. Obviously, it ends, and Deku ends up with 40 hero points and 29 villain points. Yeah, 29. Later, now Deku obviously knows he got a lot of points from just fighting those robots, and he says he hoped that was enough to just get into one hero course class. And maybe if he didn't, maybe they put him into another class. Later, a few months go by, and Deku finally gets the thing from UA. It says he passed and that let's just say he got third. Let's say he got 5th in the overall. Obviously, everyone's order right there is the same. Everyone below Midoriya stays the same, or changes one down, but everyone above Midoriya stays the same. And now we're going to be going to the UA section. Deku starts walking to trying to find Class 1A, and he looks at the door, and he says, "What?" And he says, "Why is it so big?" And Carnage obviously says, "For people that have a quirk that makes them stay big, you moron." And I thought I was the dumb one. Obviously, Deku is getting roasted by Carnage. Deku opens the door and just sees everyone. Everyone just looks at him and then just goes back to talking. Bakugo sees him and obviously is pissed. Ida sees him, and because I didn't say earlier that Ida told Midoriya to shut up because Carnage just made him. He didn't let Midoriya talk. So Ida isn't about to talk bad, but he said he saw that Midoriya has great heroics in himself. Deku's obviously happy, but then Ochako pops in and says her gratitude for saving her. But she wonders what his quirk is. Obviously, Deku says it's kind of complicated. And then Aizawa pops up. Obviously, Carnage immediately notices him and is a little freaked out about this guy. He says just the thing surrounding Aizawa makes him weary. Aizawa says everyone finally notices him and be quiet, and he says, "Huh, took that long for you all to notice and shut up. If it's gonna be like this all year, y'all might as well leave the class. The only person that didn't talk during this entire one is the guy in the back with the purple hair. Maybe he should be the only one to stay since he didn't talk. Or maybe he shouldn't, because of how his quirk is and how he acts. Put on all these training uniforms and meet me outside. We're gonna do a little test real quick." You may see that the videos may be longer than 10 minutes. I'm gonna go up to where everyone gets the rankings. Okay. Obviously, everyone goes outside and does the ball throw. He tells Bakugo, since you got the highest score, you're gonna go first. And yada yada yada, Bakugo throws it. But because Deku's in the class, let's just say Bakugo throws it further. Let's say 480 meters. Because of that, Aizawa says, "Okay, good." He says, everyone thinks it's a game. Carnage activates, getting a big arm, and then Aizawa activates his quirk, saying, "So you all think this is a game?" Honestly, Carnage, immediately noticing how his quirk could work, immediately turns off, to not get some suspicion from Aizawa. Deku was shocked when what he did, and Carnage said, "I turned off my ability, dumbass. In case you didn't know, as soon as his quirk turned on, everyone else's quirks deactivated. Since I am able to notice faster, I deactivated him to not get suspicion." Obviously, he says, since you guys think this is a game, whoever scored the people to score last place, the 2 people, will be expelled from my class immediately. Everyone is shocked, and he says, and I'm not joking. If you second and last place can stay, but if they don't show some respect and show me that they're doing their all, then I'll just expel them right now. Show they're doing their all. Honestly, everyone gets scared and immediately tries to do their best so they don't get last. Deku goes for the arm throw and throws it. Obviously, it's not going to go far enough. So Carnage activates a little throwing knife and immediately throws it. He keeps on rapidly shooting them, hitting it farther and farther. And once it gets far enough, and Aizawa says, 2,583 meters. Good. And Deku's obviously sweating because that took some energy. Obviously, now we skip all of them. Deku got mediocre scores, but yeah. And Aizawa says, let's check who was in last place. Mineta. You haven't shown any you showed to half-ass some of them. So guess what? You're expelled. And you, who placed second to last, Toru. It did seem you were going your all, so I'll give you one last chance. But this isn't some act of kindness. You so much as mess up again like that, and you'll be expelled from my class. Class dismissed. And that's where I'm going to end the video. Hope you liked it, and I'll turn it out on Sunday. Bye-bye.